All right. Headphones on.
I have not given you anything to drink.
Mic check, mic check. It's okay. It's a new year. It's a new year.
I feel like we're already halfway through this year.
Right? It's like we're already on like January
It's
90.
like July, yes. We're already in July.
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We're back. We did not stay up far for too long.
No, it felt like long, but
I know.
it wasn't that long.
I'm back from LA and very happy to be back. So it's a new year. We're on a new vibe, new energy. And
25.
2025.
Tell me about 25.
25.
25.
Oh my goodness. So everyone out there is talking about 2025 as being a 9 year. So 2 plus 2 plus 5 is actually 9. So what does that mean? 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9.
Is it though? Like, there's a question.
Okay, but that's what they're saying. And
I'm just messing
and they're just saying, and they're actually saying that it's a year of completion. So 9 is the year of completion. So last year it was 8, so it was karmic. It was very like what goes around comes around kind of thing.
Okay.
9 is the completion year. So whatever projects, things you've been trying to manifest
Jeez, I hope so.
is about to come into fruition.
Yeah, I feel like I've been in that 8 for a long time.
We're getting out of the 8 and into the 9.
In terms of like the infinity, it just keeps going and keeps going in
right,
circles.
right.
Yeah.
But also lots of
9 ends as a number.
100%.
Yeah,
and it's also a year where a lot of planets are shifting their positions. Like this is a big year, a big shift. So people who have been kind of in a 10-year cycle, these planets are moving out of their houses into new houses. And it's, without me getting into too many details, because I'm not obviously not an astrologist, but what they're saying is that these our signs are going to be going through big kind of transformations.
World's ending, guys.
And
World's ending.
well, I mean, at this point, we're in the apocalypse. Like what's happening in the world right now is insanity. But no, it's supposed to be a good one. It's supposed to be where
We'll make it a good one.
and
We'll
that's
make
the
it.
attitude, right? It is what we make it, right? So 2025, we're on that energy. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out because we've actually have new subscribers and
What's going on? I haven't checked.
and our following is growing on
What
YouTube.
did we say? We ended at 303 or something.
We're at 313.
Okay.
Which I love. That's a very lucky number for me because that's actually my birthday. 313 is my birthday.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the new subscribers out there and people who have been here since day one. If you love what you're seeing, make sure that you like and subscribe. And we're going to be we're going to basically be getting new podcast episodes every Sunday. And if you want to see my day-to-day shenanigans, you can follow me on Instagram, Life with Adele. And since it's a new year,
What are we on?
we're going to dive right in because I feel like it's an amazing opportunity to first applaud everyone at home who sat down, got their New Year's resolutions down, kind of like talked about what they wanted to manifest, maybe did a vision board, planned out what 2025 is going to look like. And I love that for you. Good for you.
I kind of did it up there.
See, exactly. Like everyone has their kind of way.
2025 at the top.
100%. And he has like a list of things that he wants to accomplish. And these are amazing things. So we are literally hitting the ground running. We're just like on that burst of like new year, fresh vibes, fresh energy. And I just wanted to throw a little caution to the wind because I feel like, as a society, I always mention this. We are in a very hustle culture, which I feel at a certain point in time is very important. Like you need to be a goal-getter, a go-getter, a hustler. What you want in life isn't just going to fall on your lap. You got to go and actually chase it. At the same time, I think what we forget is that what's more important than the grind is the rest, because we are human. We are not a machine. And even machines break down when they are being overused over and over and over again. And why am I saying this? Because we have these goals that we've just written down. We're looking at them. We have that burst of energy and we just want to hit the ground running. We want to go full clip. We want to be like all out. Okay. Where's the longevity in that? So what I actually wanted to talk about, and it's honestly, you can see it everywhere. People start their gym journeys January, let's say 2nd, because they're trying to recover from New Year's Eve.
Unless you're me, of course. Unless you're me.
Unless you're Khalid, who falls asleep
Who's
9
sick
p.m.
already, so it's all right.
9 p.m. just falls asleep, wakes up. Oh, it's a new year. But you are literally you're doing something new with your life. So we got to be like slow and steady. Like we got to start baby steps. All I see is people like diving into the deep end, and I'm like, do you even know how to swim?
You're gonna drown.
You're gonna drown, and not just that. It's gonna feel good for a while until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like
Then you start playing catch up. That's the problem. You start to think like you're falling behind because you didn't maintain this sort of, persistence. And then you start to, but at the start of the year, I was going every day and then I missed
Exactly.
one day. And then you sort of mentally get into your own head about it. So
Exactly. And because you've just set yourself for unrealistic
failure,
goals, like that's just so unrealistic. So one thing that I really wanted to emphasize. So for the people out there who have a goal, whether it be in the gym, let's talk about the gym because that's like the easiest analogy for life.
Yeah.
Don't think like I'm just talking about the gym. Take this with like and apply it to other areas of your life. But I'm going to talk about the gym. People are always in the gym. And people who are in the gym and are moving, are progressing, believe it or not, are actually resting and taking time for their bodies to recover. What does that help you do? It helps you perform. It helps you actually be able
Repair and growth.
100%
what
and
it
to
is.
build the physique, the endurance, the strength, the energy that you're actually looking for. I know it sounds counterintuitive. People are like, oh, well, if I'm not going every day, what do you mean? Where are the gains? Where are the gains
I
going to
think
come
what
from?
people get like mixed up with basic physiology and this whole grind mentality. You know what I
100%.
mean? Like this grind hustle mentality, I'm all for it. Like I'm on that Goggins thing. Like I love that. But
All
at
about
the
it.
same time, I'm also very aware, like if I don't sleep and eat enough,
Nope.
my body is not going to be recovered. And I'm more likely to get injured and be tired.
And if you're not taking a rest day, what are you actually doing? Nothing. Like
It doesn't just mean rest. I think also people think rest always means sleep.
No.
No. There's like mental rest, like
100%.
just sitting playing PlayStation, which is beneficial sometimes.
And that's okay to turn it off. Sometimes you need just to vegetate. And I think like I wanted to tell you like on my vacation when I was in LA, 2 weeks, I didn't do a single thing except go for one hike. I was hibernating. And you know why? Because my body was craving a little bit of just like rest. I've been on.
Mama's food.
Oh yeah. Oh, the home cooked meals.
Yeah.
Being taken care of.
Yeah.
Taking full advantage of that. There's nothing wrong with that. And on the contrary, I came back with like a fire. Like I was like, I'm ready to go back.
rested.
It's called pausing, not stopping. There's a difference. Stopping means I'm never gonna pick it up again, and that's the end of my
Switching the
journey.
movie off. Whereas I'm just pausing to go to the bathroom when I come back.
100%. Or I'm pausing my journey, but I'm gonna pick it back up because I've created habits,
Yeah.
routines that are realistic. They're not these where I'm like, I need to be training 7 days a week, twice a day. Where in the world, who do I think I am that I think I could? No, this is not my life. This is not my lifestyle. I'm not a full-time athlete. I actually have a work and responsibilities outside of the gym. So you need to really like sit down with yourself and think about what is a realistic way of me achieving my goal. The goal doesn't change. But then what are the steps that I need to do in order to be able to do this long term? Not short term, not like, okay, I'm going to go hard for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. And then all of a sudden I'm burnt out. There's no sustainability in this. On the contrary, I'm going to tell you a life hack. When you rest, you're actually getting the results you want quicker than when you're at it every single day. Because you know what happens? You lose, let's say you're going on you're trying to brainstorm your business idea. You lose creativity. To be creative, there's actually a hack that you need to do. You need to do nothing. You need to sit and do nothing in order for you to harness the creativity that you need to generate ideas, generate content if you're a content creator, generate ideas for your business, for marketing if you're in marketing, business plans if you're in business. You need to sit and do nothing. When you're constantly on your grind, with no goal, with no purpose, with no vision, you're actually undoing what you're supposed to be doing. So let's say I'm a content creator and I want to think of an idea. If I'm producing content every day, there's no time for me to think about what's the next stuff I'm generating. I need to sit, not do it for a while and be like, all right, here are the next 5 to 6 posts.
We always talk about experiences, right?
100%.
We always take a break and we're like, yeah, but we needed time to experience.
What am I going to
life.
come and talk to you about? If I'm podcasting every week, I'm sorry, my life
You
is...
lose track of what you're actually doing.
And not just that. I mean, as fantastic as my life is, it's riveting. But at the same time, I need to experience some of it.
Yeah.
So these pauses between seasons that we take is actually very important. It helps me actually sit down, experience things that I actually want to come back and talk to you guys about. That's being a
New experiences too.
100%.
We talk about old experiences, but then you have to open yourself up for new experiences.
Exactly. And then that can be translated again into the gym. If you're literally going.
There are times where I know I need a break. You know why?
Tell me.
I get bored.
You're just done.
I'm there and I'm like,
Why am I
I
doing
used to
here?
love this. I used to look forward to this. However, now I don't look forward to it anymore. I'm here. I'm doing the stuff, but I just don't feel it. The energy is not there. And I'm like, you know what? Let me miss it a bit. Let me take a break.
I was just going to say, you need to miss it.
Yeah, let me take a... Same thing with football. There was a time where I was playing, training, and I was like, I don't love it. I don't love it anymore. And then I had like half a season off and I was like,
Ready.
get me back. Yeah.
Ready.
I'm like, get me back on that pitch because I'm like, I'm ready. I'm motivated. I'm driven. I'm not just in it to be in it anymore. I'm in it with an actual purpose and goal.
And I do want to talk about that because, there is a saying that says 21 days to build a new habit, right? So if you're new on your journey, you do need to be consistent.
You need to break that barrier.
That
first.
barrier, right?
This is like after years and years and years.
And that's why I wanted to bring
that
this up.
first bit, that's where you have to be like, no, I am going to go in.
Come
no matter
rain
what.
or shine, I'm showing up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But with rest days, like I'm just trying to really just harness and resting means you paused. I want to reiterate this, not that you stopped. So if you have 7 days of the week and you want to go 5, 2 of those days are a rest day. And that's okay. Resting means you're recovering your muscles. You're going to be able to go back into the gym stronger, but it doesn't mean I've stopped. Okay. After the 21 days, there's another period of time where you begin to wait for the results to come in. And I know that this is the frustrating part because we want those quick fixes, instant gratification. Your body is something that you can't buy. Like it's one of those things that it's going to be just a grind, every day, eating well, sleeping well, training well. And then you're like, what am I doing this for? I don't see the results. 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line, that's when it begins to show. That's when the fruition comes in. This is what
It's most things.
And but people think I'm gonna expedite this process. I'm just gonna go hard for like 3 months. That's not how this works.
No. Because what happens
not.
after that? Yeah.
And it's not just that. People who overtrain don't look like you're training. We were talking about this off air.
You don't see progress.
You don't get the muscle definition that you're actually looking for. The strength that you want doesn't come from overtraining. It actually comes from fueling yourself, not just with food, but with rest. And this, again, is so counterintuitive to people. Everyone thinks like the more I do, the more I get. Sometimes and often, the less you do,
less is more.
less is more. Less is more. So there's this delicate balance. And I know that we're on this like insane vibe right now where we're just like fresh, recovered, rejuvenated, motivated. But remember, you're trying to build discipline here. Motivation is on your good days. Discipline is when you show up when you don't want to show up. Discipline is also resting when you don't want to rest. This is discipline. Eating well when you don't want to eat well. Sleeping early when you don't want to sleep early. Now, life happens. I'm all about the balance.
Yeah.
But
It's a game of percentages.
100%.
It's like, as long as you stay on the positive side of something, it's
100%.
okay to have a bad meal every now and then, like, because you feel like it.
And you
it's
know,
fine.
and it might start with 60-40, then progress into 70-30, and then 80-20. We're always
Over
like,
the long run, you're always at a, you're at a gain. You're not at a loss. So
it's gonna, as long as the good kind of outweighs the poor decisions, that's fine. But remember, when you want to follow your bliss, I saw this quote today and it was perfect. It's not going to feel blissful. That's like, one of those bullets that you got to like take. It's like, I'm following my bliss. I'm following my dreams. It doesn't look like or feel like a dream most of the time.
it's tough.
It feels like punishment sometimes. You're just like, wow.
When's it gonna end?
When does it end? But then you begin to love the process. And this is what I want people to fall in love with. We're always looking for the result. I'm going to tell you something about a lot of things in life. There's no end.
No.
There's no point where you're going to be like, here we are, finish line. We're done here. This is not the point of starting your journey. This is making it part of who you are. It's like when I think of who Adele is, I know that she goes to the gym every day. She's going to work out every day. She sleeps early every day. She eats well every day to fuel her body. This is part of my DNA code. It's no longer something that I'm kind of like trying to like stick onto me and it's like falling off. Now it's like embedded in who I am. And it begins to get to a point where it's like, if I don't do this, that's where I feel like something's off. I'm not myself. So it's about
And when you're doing too much as well. Like, that's also-
and I know that it's okay to take a rest now because I've been doing this for years. I trust
it takes
myself.
time. It takes time to develop that too.
And it's a trust in myself because I've built that discipline and I've showed up for myself. And we've talked about this on previous episodes. I now trust that when I say that I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But that takes time and that takes that discipline moment.
You built trust over
100%.
time.
And we're always trying to build trust with other people, but it always starts with ourselves. So while we're thinking about, our plan of action, whatever it may be, with whether you want to start your blog, you want to start your page, you want to start your YouTube channel, you want to start working out, you want to start cooking for yourself, you want to start gardening. The longevity. We want to talk about the longevity of these goals. We're not trying to do this for a month. We're not even trying to do this for just a year. We're trying to make this a part of our life. And that happens by embracing the spontaneity of life. And that pause and rest is important because I want us to look at ourselves as part of nature. Nature hibernates. There are seasons where we're growing, prospering, and I'll call those like the ones where we're picking the fruit. There are other times where we need to rest and take it. Listen to yourself. Be in tune with yourself. Not, oh, well, this person does this, so I need to do what they're doing. There's no program out there that's a one size fits all. It needs to make sense to you and to your life. So if you want to change something in your life, you got to accept that it comes with a lot of work, but it also needs to come with rest, recuperation, doing the stuff that really fills your cup in order for you to go outside and share this cup with others. If you're constantly on an empty cup, there's nothing for you to drink. There's nothing for you to do. This is as simple as people who go to the gym 3 times a day, every day of the week, won't take a rest day no matter what, are feeling the niggles and pains and aches, but keep showing up. There's no badge of honor for this. I'm going to tell you this straight up. What you're doing is you're damaging your body instead of building your body. You're undoing what you're trying to do. And that goes the same for life. There's no badge of honor for grinding yourself down to like nothing, to dust. Grind is important. Hustle is important, but mindfully.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get lost in it. Oh my gosh. And then you're just like, pounding it down always, like getting into unhealthy habits.
And then you don't do it one day or you miss out on it. And then you feel like, oh, I'm behind. Oh, I didn't do this yesterday. I have to do more double today. So
that's not how this works. No. You don't need to do that. You really don't.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
And that's life.
Yeah.
What's chasing you?
Think about how hard it was to teach yourself how to pace. For you guys that don't know how to pace yourself in anything that you do, teaching yourself how to find the pace without having it like on a screen in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Like it's one of the most difficult things because you have to now be so in tune with your body to know that this is as fast as I can go and this is too slow and this is where I need to stay. When there's a screen in front of you telling you that, it's still hard. It's still hard, but at least there's constant feedback. Every stroke I can see what if I need to pull a little bit harder, or a little bit softer, a little bit faster, or slower. But when there's no screen in front of you, like a swimmer, for example.
Oh yeah.
Like a swimmer doing long distance stuff, or that's why I sort of like saw the beauty in endurance stuff because you have to be so in tune with your body to say like, okay, if you go too hard now, you're gonna burn out. If you go too slow, you got more in the tank. So
and you know what's crazy? It's actually easier to burn yourself out.
Way easier.
Intrinsically, you want to go boom, done.
Yeah.
You know what's hard? Trusting that you know your pace. I always say this.
When you can't see the finish line.
100%.
That's the thing. You can't see the finish line and you're like, all right, if I go a little bit harder here, am I going to make it? Am I going to not? Am I going to tire?
Exactly.
This is training. Like this is why we train, right?
Exactly. And you're training every day in your life. Like sometimes it doesn't need to be a sprint. It needs to be done now. Like if I pace this out too long, I'm going to miss the boat. So there are days you need to sprint and there are workouts that we sprint. It's a full sprint. But most of the time it's a pace. It's a pace and you need to kind of have these markers for you. Like when you're putting down your goals, you need to put down a plan and you need to be like, all right, I'm giving myself a 1 month window, a 3 month window, a 6 month window to do this, 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 and this. Now, if I do this and this and I still have 3 more things to do, adjust it. Obviously, your pace was too quick. Adjust the pace. Don't burn yourself out trying to do something in 6 months that you should be doing in a year. Also, people who are trying to learn new skills, faster isn't always the best. No. It's not. You need to be patient with your body. You need to be patient with yourself, with the way you process information, the way your body responds to new information. So I want to give you the most simplest example. Pull-ups. Pull-ups are very difficult to do. Most women can't do pull-ups. And then when I have strong women come up to me and be like, listen, my goal for 2025 is to get pull-ups. Well, I'm not going to make you go and start doing pull-ups. I'm going to build your back, your shoulders, your arm strength. We're going to do some drills. You're not just going to start doing pull-ups and then eventually get pull-ups. People don't understand that you got to do some extra work to be able to get what you want. People just want, all right, how do I get to this? They want the straight path.
Yeah, they want the end.
There's a lot that goes around. You want to make sure that you're not injuring yourself.
They want to write a book without writing the pages.
100%. But
you just want to get to the end.
But the thing is like you need to actually strengthen yourself. And that goes for everything. When you want to build a business and you've never hustled in your life or never grinded in your life, it's going to be a little difficult for you to get into that work mode where I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I mean, I've never done this before. You're going to injure yourself. What's going to happen? Like, so for example, when you do pull-ups, if my shoulders aren't strong enough, I'm going to start getting niggles in my shoulders and my shoulder blades. If my arms aren't strong enough, my elbows are going to start to hurt. If I don't know what I'm doing and I'm doing it wrong, I'm going to hurt myself. There's work that needs to be done before you even get to that barbell for you to pull yourself up that first time. And that goes with any goal. There's work to be done. And sometimes and often, life prepares you for it. Whether or not you think it's part of the process or the journey, it is. I'm going to give you the simplest example of this. Someone who literally maybe went through a financial time, like difficulty, and had to work a few jobs at one point in their life. They've learned how to manage their time. They've learned that, all right, when the going gets tough, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to hustle. But let's say they have a dream in their heart. I want to open up my business. These years where you were on your grind, finding ways, being efficient, hustling, trying to be frugal with your time and money, having your time management, booking yourself, like knowing, scheduling yourself. Guess what? These are the things you need in order to build that business that's in your heart, that calling that you have, because you've already learned the discipline. Life has put you through the ringer a little bit. But when you look at it in retrospect, you're like, that was necessary. That was okay. It sucked. But if I hadn't gone through that, how would I be able?
You wouldn't be so chill.
100%. 100%. You become unfazed.
I was talking about it this morning to somebody, and I was just like, when you've gone through a certain situation, right? And you've gone through a certain amount of times, even if that situation at that point was the worst situation you've ever been in, the second time and the third time that you go through it,
it's not that hard.
it doesn't touch you as hard as the first time did. So then it gives you a bit of perspective, like, yeah, I got through it once. So yeah, it is bad, but I've gone there and I've been through this, and I know that it's not the end of the world, and we carry on.
It's the bad times that build you.
100%.
It's the grind in the gym that builds you for your performance. It's the grind that no one knows about when you're building a business that builds your performance. There's this ugliness in it. Everyone wants the pretty things. Everyone wants it to look so pretty.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Definitely not.
And you need to understand, like, it's just part of the process. And you build a tolerance level for failure. You build a tolerance level for things sucking. You build a tolerance level for this didn't go my way. Gosh darn it. You're no longer like, it has to go my way. It's
I don't know. Did I mention this the other time? It was this quote that somebody explained to me, and it was that you've either just come out of a problem, you're in the middle of a problem, or you're heading towards a problem. There are the three. Yeah, they are the three states that you're constantly in.
Okay. And being adaptable
like
is how it's going to...
You just got to accept that is the perpetual motion of life.
And it's okay.
You're either waiting for a problem to come, or you've just come out of one, or you're right in the middle of it. It's just three states.
100%.
You know what? So
100%.
Don't ever feel comfortable, but at the same time, just understand that it's okay.
And you know
There's
what?
either one right in front of you, or you've just come out of it, or you're right in the middle.
And it's it's perspective too. Because maybe if we were to change the word problem to opportunity, it might rephrase it in your mind. So your mind is your most powerful thing. Your mind doesn't know what reality it's in until you tell it what reality it's in. And I truly believe that you can train your mind to see the opportunity in everything. And it takes practice, and it takes a little bit of delusion to get you through to this point. But I'll tell you a practice that helped me at one of the most difficult times in my life. I was going through a lot 3 years ago, where I was just constantly just working, grinding, hustling. And I forced myself to do a practice every day that really changed my life. And I'm going to share it with all of you. I had a notebook that every morning I forced myself to open up this notebook and think of 3 things I'm grateful for. Forced myself. Like some days I'm not grateful for anything. I don't even want to be waking up this morning, but here we are. I open it up and it's as simple as I woke up this morning. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head, and I'm grateful for my health. If I couldn't think of anything more specific than that, I just made sure that those were always constant. You know what what happened? I didn't even realize that it was happening, but it shifted my reality. Instead of me beginning to be like, oh my God, I'm so tired all the time, I began to be like, I'm grateful that I'm busy. I'm grateful that I have these opportunities that are coming my way. I'm grateful that I'm meeting these people because I am being exposed to so many different things because of all of these jobs that are being presented to me. So it's shifted my reality. I could have easily never done this practice and just be like, it's so hard. It's so difficult. I hate waking up in the morning. I hate having 3 to 4 different jobs that I'm working. What is this all for? Why am I doing this? 3 months into this practice, I began to write down at the end of every month, thankful for another busy month. because I'm just like, isn't this what you wanted? Isn't this what you needed? Is at this point in your life, this is what you need. And the universe is providing. So it's one of those things where I really want, if you're going through something right now and you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I want you to practice this. Get a journal, a blank pages. It doesn't have to be those fancy ones either. Blank pages every day. Wake up. It doesn't have to be the first thing you do, but sometime in your day, 3 things you're grateful for. Force yourself. Shifts your perspective. Shifts everything in your life. And then all of a sudden, your mind is being reprogrammed to see obstacles as opportunities, problems as opportunities, setbacks as opportunities, rest as an opportunity, pauses as opportunities. Everything all of a sudden begins to be like, this is necessary. This is no longer an inconvenience for me.
You begin to see the whole.
You begin to be like, this is meant for me to go through right now. And I don't know what it's preparing me for.
But there's some wisdom in it.
And it's a trust. It's a trust. I'm sorry. Everything always works out. Think about every hard thing you've ever been through. At the end of it, everything worked out.
If you're still here, if you're still with us,
it's working out.
It's working out. Yeah.
You just,
as bad as it seems, it still worked out.
It's trust the process and believe that the process knows that we're trusting it. You know, and it's a hard thing to do. We get caught up. We get caught up in the goal, the end result. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not. What are you?
It's not always what you want as well. Like you might think that's where you want to be, but your path is actually taking you somewhere else.
But we're always also talking about what I'm not. What about I say what I am?
Yeah.
What I am. I am this, and this. I am not a lot of things, but I am this. And I'm just like, and this is enough. This abundant mindset, this abundance. I saw this quote yesterday and I loved it. It's about abundance. It's about, do you think about how much oxygen there is in the room? No, you're breathing and you don't think about it because there's an abundance of it. So you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, how much more oxygen do I have?
Do we need to crack a window?
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But that's an abundance mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all going to be there. It's there for me. I just need to breathe.
And I'm not going to run out.
100%.
And if I do, just open the window.
Open the window, which is probably something that you need to do. Yeah. So I just want us to really start our new year on this note. Listen, I'm all about your goals. Get them. Go get them. Be that go-getter. Be that hustle. Be that grind. But also respect yourself enough to know when it's time to rest. Because long-term, that's going to get you further than just all gas, no brakes. Because you're going to run out of gas. It's one of those things. If you don't stop at the gas station and pause to fill up, there's not gonna be anything left in the tank.
I have one for you.
Ooh, I like this.
What's one of your goals for the year?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will actually. Do I share this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm gonna share.
Yeah, or maybe just like
one of my goals.
One of your goals doesn't have to be that one in particular.
Yeah.
Just one of your goals. It could be something light, it could be small, it could be a big one. No matter what.
My goal.
Something you've thought about that you're like, you know what, I want to do this year.
100%. I already have it. 2025 is the year I get a muscle up.
Bar
muscle up. I have shaken my hand on this one.
Nice.
And I've taken the necessary steps to begin this process.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Adele, by December 31st, 2025, you better have a muscle up. And
all right, I'm gonna remember that one.
Yeah. What about you? What's one of your goals?
I won't reveal the like major ones.
Okay.
But one of the smaller ones will be to travel this year for myself.
I love that.
Yeah. So all the travel that I've done for the last, since before I came to Doha, actually. I remember the last holiday I took, the last pause I took, which was like, there was no incentive, there was no wedding to go to, there was no event to, was like, I went to Cyprus in the middle of COVID. So I think it was 2019.
Just decided to.
And like everything was closed. It was ridiculous. It was nice because like but there was no people. It was just us. It was like, all right, this is pretty cool. But
Right.
I was with a good group of close friends, so that was really.
course.
But that was the last holiday that I
Alright.
took. Like that, I just said like I want to do this for myself. I already know what I want to do. I already know where I want to go.
I love that.
I don't care where I go. Actually, I just want to go and do something, and
For yourself.
yeah, for myself. And there's no like outcome. There's no goal. There's like zero goal. There's like just go.
I am here for this.
Mm.
Khaled, as a person who has traveled too much in 2024,
Yeah.
I'm here for
I
it.
don't think there's such thing as traveling
True.
unless you're a pilot. Or
True.
something.
True. They're just over it.
Yeah,
They're
they're
done.
like, too much travel.
Exactly. But
Or you travel for work.
I'm
That's another thing.
I'm keeping you accountable for
Yeah.
this. I will literally be, if you're in Doha for too long, I'm gonna be like, isn't it time for you to like get a ticket?
Get out of here, bro.
Get out of here. Wait, stop.
And that's the
I love
thing.
that.
So much travel has been for something, someone's
course.
wedding or
100%.
going to visit family, and they're cool. Like they're understandable.
You
But
gotta
it's
travel
been
for
a
you.
while. Yeah, it's been a while since I've just had a zero holiday.
Do it.
Like a zero meaning holiday. Just like going somewhere,
Do it.
nothing
I'm
planned.
here for it.
Yeah. And you know, like what I find is a lot of people are doing like fit camps and
Yeah.
fit holidays. I'm all for that. And I see the beauty in it. And this one is not that.
Exactly.
This is-
100%.
I'm all for it,
Yeah.
but this is not that. This is like a
A reset,
rest. Yeah.
which is important.
Yeah.
Full circle back to our
yeah.
point, basically.
And I think I'm overdue.
I love that.
Mm.
Well, we're out there, and for us, I hope we get.
Keeping ourselves accountable.
And I hope we get everything we want and some in 2025. I love the energy we're on. I'm so happy that you guys are all here for another year and another season of Spill the Matcha. And as I always like to say, keep glowing, keep growing, and I will see you all next week. Bye.